I wish I had a Coke. I saw the science experiment once where they put this tooth in Coke, and over a period of a few weeks or days, or maybe it was just one day, it completely fell apart. Just disappeared.
Okay, good. Yeah, have a little bit more of a hair trigger on when you're sent. Actually, what you need to be doing is before you even leave your off-camera mark, just be sensing me. In other words, so you're focused on me. Because what happened this last time around, better with the body, in terms of the body, relaxing into it can be even, it's going to feel sloppy to you.
Yeah.
As long as you stay at the
yeah.
body, it's like get in there, get sloppy, get it home. They're sitting around in the living room. Get your visual mark, okay? As you're doing that, you should once again be sensing me through that phase of it. So I think what happened this last time around is that you got there, you got your visual mark, and then you had the nonverbal moment, and then you went, oh, I gotta sense him. Okay, instead of sensing me pretty much all the way along through it.
Okay.
Is this too vague?
No. Am I sensing just how I feel when you're ready, or am I looking for
literally
a certain...
sensing me?
But I'm not looking for a certain cue from you.
No,
it's just a sense. It's just a feeling. Okay, cool.
A sense of when I'm ready.
Okay.
You actually do this all the time in everyday conversation.
Okay.
See, you just did it there. You literally sense when the other person is ready to hear it because it just works better that way. You say something before they can receive it, then they go, what?
Yeah.
Okay, so in this case, it's just really a question of the sensing. It's going to feel that you're not sensing for content, you're just sort of sensing for like when I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay? Once again, don't worry about exactly how this works, just what it feels, the sensing, what it feels like to you, go with that. And the reason why we're going for this is because as these little nonverbal things are happening up front, that's when it gives the auditioner a chance to really kind of come in and zone on you. And you really want them there with you as much as possible by the time you go to the first line. And so, like, say, for instance, on your first run, on that first cold run, pretty much I didn't have very much of an opportunity to just soak you up, get you. That's also where they're going to be, once we begin to bring character into this, that's also where people are going to get a load of that.
Okay.
Okay, let's give it another shot.
I wish I had a Coke. I saw the science experiment once where they put this tooth in Coke, and over a period of a few weeks or days, or maybe it was just one day, it completely fell apart.
Okay, good. Right on the money. How'd that go?
It felt better, yeah.
Right. Yeah, you'll get it. Believe me.
It felt. It's
just that you're not used to consciously feeling it take off. But you
seeing him and
times,
feeling you and being me.
Right. You can actually sense when somebody's ready for you to talk better if you're not looking at them. So you're ready now. In other words, it's not a visual thing. You're not assessing it in that direction. So, but you nailed it on this last one. Now we want to put one more thing in with regard to your audience, with regard to your viewer. And you say the first line, and this is what automatically happens in day-to-day life. You say something to somebody, and then you automatically go on high alert to see if they got it. It's like, do you get that? Okay? And if you sense they did, then you go on to the next thing. What makes most monologues not look so good is that this little function that ordinarily happens when you're talking to somebody doesn't happen. In other words, the actor will say that first line, and then they just go to the next line without checking to see, did you get that?
Right.
So every conversation you're doing it right now. Okay, we're both doing it right now. See, you automate, but it's so automatic, just like the sensing. So this is just a second function within the sensing. So sense when they're ready for the first line, boom, let your mouth dump it. However your mouth wants to do that. Then you're going to take a moment to, did they get that? Okay? And while you're doing that, you're also sensing when they're ready for the next line. So essentially what we're trying to build here is you getting used to letting your viewer actually move you through the monologue based on how they're soaking it up. The first couple of times you do this, it's going to feel a little stretched out, but what happens after your viewer acclimates to you, then the pace can quite naturally come back up, but we'll take care of that in a couple of places.
So basically do that same sensing thing before every new thought.
Don't worry so much about getting what I'm talking about as a sort of quantity. You want your version of it.
Okay.
So what you got in terms of dropping the line that first time around, that's good. Take that to the bank. Figure it out.
Cool.
Okay, that's how that feels.
That's how
to
it
me.
feels, yeah.
It's real easy to run over the did you get that? Okay. So this next time around, you're going to kind of have that flag for yourself, and just figure it like this. I'm going to say the first line. It's a one-line monologue. And then I'll just see if they, did they get it, and then if they did, then I'll deal with the second line when I sense they're ready for it. So you're really taking it really one line at a time.